welcome back. So begins our holiday building extravaganza. Essentially, I really want to fill in a lot of the holes within Edirann. I also want to add some more kind of religious-y based lots, so that's what we're going to be doing for the next 25 days. We are going to be exploring Edirann in terms of building. And today we're actually building what I'm calling the Festival Fields. So these will be decorated according to season, but and my religions are not very well formed in the game. Like, it's kind of meant to be a little loose, but this almost isn't even religious. It's like holiday. So yeah, there's fields. They go in the winter season. They burn bonfires. They drink wine. Obviously, the fields are there being fields, but yeah, I had a lot of fun deciding what this lot should look like, what it should be, but also like how it's going to function when I play through Edirann. Like, if I'm having people come to this lot, what are they doing here? Why are they going here? That sort of thing. I was disappointed that the neighborhood, like the fields decoration doesn't show up for whatever reason. I don't know, but it's kind of a boring lot for sure to start this off, but it is an essential one, and I think it's important, especially as medieval or medieval fantasy Sims players, like, for us to acknowledge that we do need these kind of bare bonesy lots. Like, the sole purpose of this is bonfires, and then from a gameplay standpoint of like, you can, or not gameplay, story wise, like, you can have them come here and take pictures of them picking apples or whatever. I don't know. Point is, it is needed, and I am happy that I built it. It's just one more piece to kind of fill in the gaps, make it look more cohesive, make it look interesting to me while I play. I'm like, oh, that's the Festival Fields in the background. Yeah, I'm very happy with these fields. As plain, as kind of boring as they are, like, it is something that I need, and many of these lots are going to kind of be boring. I'm trying not to make them be filler. I do want a little bit of gameplay there, but they are kind of boring. So yeah, I'm just putting in the bonfires. I think I put 2 in. I also end up putting in some sun and moon apple trees. And that was kind of the gist of, oh, and wine. But yeah, like, that's the gist of this lot. It's fairly basic, fairly simple, and I'm okay with that. Like, they're not meant to spend a ton of time here. It's more, in the winter season, they come here to encourage the gods to give them a plentiful harvest and to get them through the winter with enough food and to protect them and that kind of thing. But like, they're not meant to be here all day. They're meant to come, have their little celebratory cup of wine, and then maybe go to the other areas to celebrate. Like, there are a couple other festival lots that I'm going to have. This one is very much a quick stop and then continue on with your day. And yeah, I'm trying to look. I don't have like a lot of like very specific ideas in mind with these either. Like, I know there's going to be a lot displaying the crown jewels, but I don't know what that's going to look like. I know that I want 2 festival ground lots, but I'm not really sure what those are going to look like. I figure sales and maybe food, but I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a good time. Edirann is 10 years old, and this is kind of its birthday present, is getting a little bit of a refresher before January. Although I will say I did not meet my goal this year of getting to round 4 of Edirann. We're currently in round 3, and like the very beginning of round 3 almost, so there's no way that I could play through that many households in 30 days. There's just there's too many households. This is a giant neighborhood, but I could have fun with what we're doing, and I got close. I at least finished round 2 and started round 3, so that's something. I didn't play for a lot of the year. I kind of took a break from it. It happens every now and then. I'm just not interested. I have my medieval charter challenge that I'm also similarly kind of taking a break from just because I don't want to play it. And that's why I have so many different neighborhoods. Like, it impresses me that people can stick to one and that's all they play, but I get bored. Sometimes I want to play a modern game. Sometimes I want to not have rules. Sometimes I do want to have rules. So it's nice to have options. I probably could have sped this footage up, but decorating this lot was under 10 minutes. So like, we don't really need to speed up the footage because it'll be a 2-minute video and YouTube will get mad at me. Yeah. I think I am happy with it. Like, I get a sense of satisfaction with having built this and like with the direction I'm starting to take with kind of the idea of religion, but separating, or not religion, but like festivals and holidays, but separating it almost from religious figures, but also developing the religious figures and the religions and what people do for certain things. And it's been fun. Because there's going to be several holidays that are not connected to any particular religious sort of worship. Because Edirann is a fantasy game. There are several figures that they follow, just depending. But like, it is a fantasy game, so having the holidays kind of separate. Kind of how in modern day, at this point, you can be an atheist and celebrate holidays. We have holidays in the calendar that aren't religious at all, like Thanksgiving. So it feels appropriate. I think I am going to call this particular season, when they go here, like Bonfire Night or whatever, which is the name of a real holiday, but I don't know. We'll see. And then I wanted to scatter some lights around just more for screenshot purposes. It's kind of hard to send Sims to a lot when it's dark and then your gameplay not suffer from it, or your screenshots not suffer. So I just scattered those around, and I will use that again in a couple other lots that are kind of like this, which is kind of boring. I was like, God, it's just so empty and plain. I was like, why don't I put some benches by the bonfire? Like, that's something that I can do. I wanted to put the campfire in, but I have it hidden for some reason, and so I couldn't place it. And I didn't want it badly enough to save, close the game, unhide it, and reload the game. So like, whatevs. Now I'm just kind of placing random deco. I'm just placing like birds and little baskets. I wanted it like a stack of wood by the benches to show that like maybe they grab a log and throw it onto the bonfire, and that's how they're participating. Just that sort of thing. If you have any ideas, by the way, of like good lot filler, but like also potentially useful, definitely let me know. I know that I have some parks that I need to do, and like one's a merchant park, one's a noble park, and I want to kind of differentiate them. I need to do some more shops. I need to do a menagerie. I have plans. I have many plans for all these lots that I plunked down probably, I think, 2 years ago now, that when I rebuilt Edirann most recently, and I was like, I'll get to them, and then I just never did. So now I'm like, all right, this lot's called Noble Res. Am I gonna make it a residential? All right, what am I gonna put here? What am I doing? What are we doing here? So ideas are appreciated, or even just inspiration. That's something you think is really cool that you might want to see me try to recreate in my specific style. Yeah, I'll absolutely look at it. No promises, but I might. You never know. Sometimes people catch me on the right day and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna make this sim even though I don't know who this actor is, or yeah, I'll try to build that. Just, well, it depends. But we're basically done. I put the birds again just for a little bit of visual interest. And yeah, so begins our holiday builds. So thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a like. It really does help. And like I said, definitely leave in the comments below any sort of ideas or suggestions that you have. I need them at this point. And on that note, I am going to leave you. So I'll see you in the next one.